it didn't take long for me to stand here and open my mouth and get approached with a not so friendly liaison officer trying to get me into a conversation, good cop or bad cop. But here's the thing, these people here are going to have happened to them what happened to the Irish. These Europeans are slippery fuckers. They'll come over here to England. Why should they hand over everything that our ancestors fought to make a British empire, a Gallic empire, an Anglo empire, where my ancestors and your ancestors fought for generations against all these heathen tribes to bring the word of the Lord to them? And then we have these dirty Dan goddess worshipping democracy Democrats coming over here trying to legalise paedophilia, trying to legalise making the whole place homeless, trying to legalise bestiality, all sorts of depravity comes with them, because anything goes with them. It wasn't but a few years ago but them Europeans were printing documents saying that they wanted fathers to become better bonded with their children and touch the children in places where no man should touch any of his family other than his wife. So these people, and then what's the point in all the thousands of people and all the wars that were fought for us to expand the Commonwealth of Israel, to hand it over to a lot of heathen swine who don't even believe in the Most High, and drag us all down into the abyss, the fire of hell and whatever else comes with them, the destroying angels who torture people for eternity because of being sucked into paedophilia and stuff like that. That's what comes with them. We have to push all that out. Our ancestors are kings. We don't want a democracy. We're descendants of kings. We're the angels. Our ancestors were angels. First of all, we defeated the giants. And then the giants had to go into hiding because of the angels that flew on the shoulders of Philistines to the west. We're in the west now. We're in the Isles of Elijah. There's still a remnant of these giants hanging around, or whatever you call them, these hybrid things that modern academia doesn't want you to know about. Modern academia doesn't want to know that the prophecy of Agur in the Bible is the prophecy of Attila the Hun, Attila the Khan, Ethelstan, Callahan. It's all the same person who lived for many generations. They want us to die, because that is where they get their power from. That the freedom, that the free speech, that of all of these things. And then when you turn around and you try to exercise your free speech, they slowly but surely they chip away at it little bit by little bit until you're nothing more than a muted. You're muted. You can't speak, you can't do nothing, you can't cross the road, you can't mate with your wife. They want you to sign contracts to fuck your own missus now. You know what I mean? You have to consent before you have sex. That just made it, see, because it's all about the destruction of the alpha male. So they want you to sign a contract before you have sex with your own missus. Your missus was designed with a genitalia that's similar to a hole. Depending on your missus, it depends on how big it is. But and you have a piece of genitalia that fits in that hole. So you're not a whole person without the other half of you, which is the female or the male. So you come together, then you're a unit, because man and woman were not made to be alone. These are dividing and conquering the family. Divide to conquer, that's what they do. And then they turn around and every word you say, the truth has become racism. Speaking the truth is now racism. Racism was invented by the communists. You have a load of people running around here who probably hate communists, but they're throwing communist words at you. They're saying, you're a racist, you're a racist. The truth is not racist. The truth is impartial. Most of these people are not racist. They might come across a bit angry, but so would you, because they have ways to see what the European Union and all their nations do. They destroy everything. They're slippery tongues. They come over the island, they did, promised the Irish, the earth, moon and stars. And what did they give them? They gave them homelessness, the biggest homeless crisis since the potato genocide. And that was won by the Irish by themselves, because they abandoned the faith and became Catholics in 1172. That was the date for official Romanism. Now you have Romanism coming in here. The Romans are everybody's enemy. Here's what happens. The Romans were little midgets. They were little midgets. But they conquered everybody because they were horrible. Little idolaters. So they got smaller and smaller over the generations because of the worship and the idolatry. So what they want you to do is to bring in religion. So you'll get smaller and smaller and weaker so they can conquer you. First of all, you take away your ability to fight back. You're not even allowed to own a dog now because they say a dog is a weapon. You're not allowed to own the truth. The truth is a weapon. You're not allowed to have free speech. That's a weapon. All of these things that are God-given by the Most High. Oh yeah, you're not allowed to have a God because that's a weapon too. You better believe God is a weapon. God is the most fierce weapon. The Most High. He's the one that stays us. Whether people like it or not, all the people well, first of all, you look into a false sense of security. You try and convince you that you're free and everywhere's nice and fluffy and everywhere's your friend. And I'll tell you how they do it. Everybody that comes into these countries through immigration are hand-picked. They have a look at the file and they follow an agenda. And that agenda is to keep people in the dark. So they have a file, on everybody. You have to be the right type of foreigner to get into this country. If you in any way, shape or form have anything on your list for speaking the truth or speaking out against tyranny, for speaking out against what's wrong on behalf of what's right. So the word right has always been associated with doing the thing that's good, to do the moral thing. So now they've turned the word right into some sort of fascist thing. The fascists were Germans. So the British people, the Irish, the Gaels, the Angles, the people from the Isles of Elijah, they always fought against these European fascistness, communism and all that stuff. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. And then next thing you know, you see all the idols going up. And you see all these Romanized buildings. This is nothing more than a matrix to keep you trapped, to keep you in the dark. So you'll never be. And when you speak out against what's wrong, when you say what's right, they've made it a dirty word. Simple as that. So the people that come out and they stand up, they're being harassed left, right and centre. I'm standing here speaking, I'm minding my own business, I'm not talking to anybody, but I have these people in these uniforms. They can hear these words that I'm saying and it's bugging them, because the Bible says be a few words lest they draw near. Now you can see there's one of them standing there dying to talk to me. I've had this before, I've been up here loads of times. I don't do the protesting, but I'm up here just to have a mooch around, because this is the week when all the Brexit stuff is going to happen. So they say, have democracy. Democracy's great for you. Everybody gets a vote, everybody gets a say. Everybody voted. Yeah, everybody, and they voted to leave Europe, to pull out of the hole, to pull up their socks, to pull up their pants, to withdraw from the hole, to dismount and pull up their jocks and socks. That's what they voted for. But then the whore says, no, you can't leave the whole house. I need somebody to fuck. I'm a whore, she says. You can't leave me. I need someone to fuck. A whore doesn't love you. A whore's only interested in what you got. So look around at what the British people have left, because she's eroding away at it. A whore wants everything. If you spend your time around whores all the time and you're not a pimp, you lose everything. It's well known, it's well documented. So they're trying to pimp everybody out. They want to take everything. They want to take your freedom of speech. They want to take your women. They want to take your right to have sex with your wife. They've already done that. They want to take your right away from you to be the male. They want to pump you with estrogen and feminise you till you get man boobs and all stuff like that. These are all the things that's happening in this country right now. All the people. The vote is nothing. Democracy is an illusion. Democracy is causing mayhem all over the world. As democracy, the horror spreads across the world, warfare and carnage spread. You people want to live in peace, so you take a look in your history books and find out when the most peaceful period in human history was. If you don't know, I'll tell you. The British Empire. The British Empire today, what they failed to recognise or failed to acknowledge, because the British Empire was the Irish, the English and the Irish are the same, the Scottish, the Welsh, and all the people on these islands. They were the men, our ancestors, who created the Great British Empire and spread the word of the Lord to the heathen. Although we've done a lot of bad things, who doesn't do bad things? Everything, but it was the most peaceful period in human history. It stopped all the heathen tribes from warring, and it kept them all peaceful. Before that, it was the Mongol Empire that was peaceful, and they were all from Benjamin, Temujin, Benoni, the tribe of Benjamin.